Hello, YouTube. How are you this evening? It is fantastic to be here tonight. I am so excited to see you all here. This is just going to be awesome. I have an unbelievably spectacular and special guest this evening. I am so excited about this. I just want to say thanks to my awesome moderator, Wood Pigeon, for coming by. I really appreciate it. I know he's going to take care of making sure nothing goes wrong in the room. Wombat, thank you so much for showing up. Bushcrafter channel, it is awesome to see you. Thank you so much. I have an extremely special guest here this evening. I am so excited about this one. I can't tell you, I have been looking forward to this all week long. And you know who else has been? Piney has been here. Super, super pumped. He is going to be just as excited to witness this as you are. So please, without further ado, I want to welcome in my exceptionally special guest. Sorry about that. And we are going to welcome in my very special guest, Cody Wanner.
Mike, how's it going, man?
Evening.
So great to be here.
Oh, it's awesome to be here. Now, I bet you I just pronounced your name wrong, and you just told me
exactly.
exactly
No, you did it
how
right.
to pronounce
That was it, man.
So
you got it right. You got it right.
Awesome. Okay. Awesome. Fantastic. Fantastic. So for those who don't know Cody, we met when I had about 30 subscribers, and he had right around 300 subscribers. I've known him for a long time, and I've been really excited to follow his growth and his content. He's grown amazingly fast, almost 1,700 subscribers, and it's just fantastic. I'm really excited about it. When did you start your channel? I mean, when was the first video uploaded?
Yeah, it's a great question, actually. I started this channel in college. So this was back in, I believe, 2010, potentially. 2009, maybe, was my first upload. So I was a film student in school. And, you know, this new thing, YouTube, people were getting on it. They were sharing content there. And I hopped on, uploaded my first video. I uploaded, I think, about 150 videos between then and the beginning of this year. So at the beginning of this year, 2018, so January 1st, 2018, that's when I started my daily vlog. And so at that time, I had 111 subscribers. You know, on the day that I started my vlog. And then, for me, it kind of felt like starting at zero. Like, I don't think that those 111 were very actively engaged or watching my stuff anymore. And, but it was something that I wanted to do. And I kicked it off in, January of this year. It was one of my resolutions.
Oh, that's awesome. So how long does it take when you stop producing content for your views to actually fall off, do you think? I'm just curious.
Oh, I don't know, man. I completely wasn't, I didn't even understand what subscribers were when I was in college. Like, I didn't know about that. It actually kind of freaked me out. I'm like, why are these people following me? Like, what does that even mean? You know? So I wasn't really looking at views or subs or anything like that. And I definitely, and this was, you know, this is no way to build a channel or a subscriber base. I wasn't posting consistently. Like, you know, it was like once a month or once, like, then wait 8 months and post again. So it wasn't about what it is for me now, about building a community, which is what it is for me now.
Right, for sure. It's almost kind of nice to get your feet wet though and not even know what's going on. That's kind of cool. Hey, so what made you decide to start and go with a daily vlog? For those who don't know, Cody uploads every day a daily vlog, and they're awesome. If you haven't seen them, you got to check them out.
Thanks so much, man. So like 2 years ago, I found Casey Neistat online, and I was like, what is a vlog, you know? And I got addicted. To Casey Neistat. Like, I would binge his stuff. I was like trying to get caught up because he had already been vlogging for, I don't know, a year or something, or a year and a half or 2 years since then. So I'm like, I got to go back and watch all the other stuff. I got my wife into it. I have a daughter who's 3 years old. At the time, she was 1. She liked him. So I was really into Casey. And you know, as I started getting into his content, I'm like, I could do this. I have a degree in film, so I have kind of like a cinematic eye. and I have a video production company, so I have all the gear already. Like I could pick up a camera right now and start this, and then I also have, I'm an outgoing, I'm an extrovert, I'm outgoing. I have kind of a charisma and a on camera comfortability, right? So I was like, I got those three components. I could do this, and then I sat on that idea for a year and a half. Like I just toyed with it. I kept thinking about it, wasting energy thinking about it. And at the end of 2017, I was reading a book by a guy called Grant Cardone, and he's like a motivational sales type guy. I'm in sales for my company that I co-own and work for. He's a sales motivator, and he said, if there's something you need to do, either do it or don't do it, but quit wasting energy thinking about it. And I read that quote and I was like, boom, I'm starting this blog. And I came home, I talked to my wife. I'm like, I just really feel like I need to do this. And she's like, all right, I think it's time to go for it. And so my first upload was on, I guess, January 2nd. I vlogged all day on the first of the, New Year's, and then I uploaded on the 2nd, and it's been 154 days of vlogging.
That's unbelievable, man. That is so fantastic. I'm
Thank
approaching
you.
a very similar number, but I also do a live show. So,
Yeah.
So what do you think your secret is that how fast you've grown? I mean, because
Yeah.
it's amazing. It really is.
Yeah.
Do you have any
Thank
secrets
you.
or tips or tricks on how this can be done?
I will tell you straight up how my channel grew like it did. Like I actually know. So I've been very mindful. I do marketing and SEO and kind of audience building branding for companies. That's my business. That's what we do using video. So I've been super interested in that component of trying to build this channel, build this blog and this audience, this entire time. And so I've been tracking this stuff. I screenshot every single day. I have more screenshots on my phone than I do photos. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to figure out how this all works. I went to New York City almost exactly a month ago. And I didn't know this. So for all the Casey vlogs that I've watched, I've never once until recently watched one where he said, "Do not come to my office." And so that's the first thing I did when I went to New York City. I went to his office. There were like three different groups there. One from Australia, one from, I think, Paris, France, and one from the Dominican Republic. And they're all just waiting to see Casey. I'm like, okay, this is something cool that we're doing. Got my camera out, started vlogging, did a Facebook Live video. Sure enough, Casey walks out. We yell over, "Hey, Casey." And he's like, "Hey." And we're like, "Do you have a second?" And he's like, "No." And he walks into his office and he keeps recording his vlog, right? So I then, after that, that vlog that day was called Quick Chat with Casey Neistat. So a little clickbaity, right? And then the next vlog was 100% clickbait, which was my interview with Casey Neistat that changed my life. And so I knew that people were going to hate that title and call it clickbait. So I addressed that in the vlog as I was getting going that day. I said, so before you accuse me of clickbait, and the thing is, I did a horrible job of actually then explaining how I'm trying to not make this be clickbait. So I get a lot of hate. I get a lot of hate for that vlog, but it's got 16,000 views, I think.
Yep.
And so people come in, they either hate it or they love it. If they love it, they drop a comment. They're like, "I really like that you turned something negative into something positive. And I really like the message that you put." The message to that blog is, Casey's got goals. Casey's trying to help a lot of people. He doesn't have time to just always come over across the street and meet a couple of fans, because he's trying to help a lot more fans than just the 8 of us that were standing there, right?
Oh, yeah.
He's doing something amazing. So the message of that vlog is your goals first. You've got to say no to a lot of good things in order to say yes to the great things, because none of us have unlimited capacity, right? So that's the message of the vlog. Some people love it. Some people never get to that point and see that because they hate it so much. So it's got a lot of comments. I think it's got over 400 comments. A lot of them hate, a lot of them love. Some of them, people who loved it subscribe to me. They're like, "I like your style. You cut fast. You're like Casey in your editing style, but your vlogs are shorter. I like that. And then they engaged with more of my content, and they actually did like the idea of kind of engaging with me every day. So 100%. So I think I had 300 or maybe 400 subs when I dropped that vlog.
I think so.
And a month later, I was at a month. I think right now I'm at 1750 or something like that. So that was the biggest bump for me, was that clickbait title. So clickbait, super risky. Like you're setting yourself up for failure when you're using clickbait. But my whole strategy is, and was, so I still use clickbait to this day. I don't think I'll ever stop using it. My strategy was, I'll clickbait them in. They're going to hate me. And then I got to take them from hate to love in the first 2 minutes of this video, or else I'm getting a thumbs down and I'm not
Right.
picking up subscriber. I'm not going to get to engage with somebody who I could potentially engage with and encourage.
Right. And here's the thing. I've seen every Casey Neistat video. He's done it. He's done the exact same thing. He's put a clickbait picture with a clickbait title and told you in the first 30 seconds, sorry about the clickbait. So
Yeah.
it obviously works.
Yeah. Interesting. Yep.
Yep. He's done it. So, and then you do have a filming background. That's pretty awesome. My wife had a question. She wanted to know, how does your wife feel about the whole thing? Because my wife knows that this process consumes my life. So,
Yeah.
and you have
Yeah.
kids in the house yet.
Yeah. So I think Amber is watching. I'm actually not at my house so that I can be yelling. I'm a very animated person. I'm totally going to wake up my two girls if I do this in my house. My friends are selling their house and I'm in their house. They're not here. They're traveling in Europe. All that is to say, I think Amber's watching. So Amber, if you're here, if you're in the comments, feel free to agree or disagree with me. But Amber, I think, she was a little bit trepidatious, not trepidatious, but a little bit concerned about how much time it was going to take. And I think that was part of the reason that I didn't just dive right in when I first started thinking about it, because you have to think about all of these different components. But so the main thing, I mean, yes, there's obviously added stress, added time. We need to be more intentional about creating time for ourselves, time for family. That intentionality is very important for us, and that's how we are able to do this. But I think the overarching thing, she just sent me a text yesterday. I should get it out and read it. But she's like, look, the bottom line is, I love the fact that you are in a place where you're thriving, where you feel like you're affecting people, where you feel like you're encouraging people. She sees how much it means to me to have someone start a channel, or have someone pick up a camera, or have someone start a business, as a result of seeing one of my vlogs or a bunch of my vlogs. Those people who have actually taken action as a result of engaging with me. And she sees how important that is to me, and she absolutely loves that. So she's 100% supportive of that mission, of that goal. Does it get blurry and gray sometimes? When we're exhausted and we just wish we could chillax on the couch, yes, it gets blurry and gray. But that's like anything good, right? It's not going to be easy, but the goal is up there, and that's what we're going for. So I think she's in. Amber, give me a thumbs up if you if you agree with what I just said.
That's pretty awesome. I mean, I'm pretty sure my wife was trepidatious. I got to be perfectly honest with you. About the first 2 months, she was trepidatious about it. Over the third month or so, I think she started to kind of buy in. Now she's in. She's actually been in a couple of my vlogs, which is really exciting for me. So I think my whole situation has turned the corner too. So that's really exciting. So
I love it.
Your tagline in your new trailer that you just put out this week is encourage creation and entrepreneurs. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
And I think that's just so awesome because, well, that's exactly what your channel is. Every day you get words of encouragement on how to be a better creator, or how to start your business, how to deal with things that happen in your business. It's just awesome. And Amber does give the thumbs up, by the way.
Oh, good. Yeah, I'm not looking at the comments. So if you want to tell me something, you got to tell Mike, and Mike will tell me. All right? Because
I absolutely
it's a situation. Yeah, man, that's the tagline, and seriously, that means so much that that like you took that from that video, that you took that from just the general content on my channel. That's what I'm all about, is encouraging creators and entrepreneurs, because it simply is not, it is not easy to create, and it is not easy to build a business. Those are two very hard things. And like me having done both of those things at various times throughout my life, encouragement from other people who have gone before me has been everything. So I'm like, I want to take that and multiply that out into the world and just try to encourage some people. So that's what I do every day, every single day.
Every day, man. That's why I come by every day. So, so you started a movement called the it's I guess hashtag No Small Creator, and
Yeah,
I saw the video, of course, but there's lots of people out in the audience who may not have seen the video or have any
yeah.
idea what hashtag No Small Creator is all about. So let us know about that.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Dude, like, you are no small creator. I am no small creator. The whole point of no small creator. So like, I love it. I absolutely love it. How far do I want to go into it? I'm not going to go too far into it, but basically, like, if you're on YouTube, if you live in the YouTube kind of universe, you hear the word small creator thrown around a lot. Like, well, what about the small creators? What about small creator, small creator? And like, that really rubbed me the wrong way the first time I heard it, and I didn't know what it was that rubbed me the wrong way. And I was recording a video for trying to get Boosted Board to give a bunch of people a bunch of boosted boards. It didn't work at all, but it was still a fun. It's still a fun video. I got to ride a boosted board. But as I was recording that video, this thought came to my mind. Is like, I got to tell people there's no such thing as a small creator. And so I kind of went off on that tangent for a little bit, and I left it in the cut. Well, then in the comments, someone commented, da 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 da, not a small creator. I think they said hashtag not a small creator or something like that. And it hit me like, oh my goodness, there are all these people being classified as small creators who need to hear this message, that there is no such thing as a small creator. Creation, the magnitude of creation is like massive, right? Like, just the sheer energy that goes into every single creation is huge. So to pair the word small with creator is an oxymoron. Like, there is no such thing as small creation. There is no small creator. And that's where the idea comes from. So yes, maybe you're a small influencer. Yes, maybe you have a small following. Like, I'm fine with like being factual about what's small and what's big and all that sort of thing. What I'm not fine with is calling somebody a small creator, because there is no small creator. It's an oxymoron.
And that makes perfect sense. You are absolutely right. The size of your creation or content or originality or whatever is the same size as Casey Neistat and all the other folks that are out there just trying to make something beautiful or something new,
Yeah.
or to influence others in some certain way. So
Yeah.
I think it's beautiful, man. I think it's awesome.
Thanks.
Everybody
Thank you.
should use the hashtag, because I think
Yeah, use it. Seriously, use it up. I mean, I don't care if you've got 1 subscriber or 100 million subscribers, you're still no small creator. You know what I'm saying? So use the hashtag. If you made something, be proud of that thing you made and use that hashtag. Instagram, it's got a kind of it's got a lot of traction on Instagram, and then we also use it on YouTube and Twitter.
Yeah, I'm gonna start using it more on Twitter. I've been using it on Instagram and Facebook, of course.
Yep.
Which I don't even know if Facebook uses tags. I don't think they do.
They do, but right, I don't know if anybody else uses. Like, Facebook has the functionality. I don't know if anybody uses them.
So you had an unbelievably amazing week this week.
Yes.
Amazing week. First of all, today is your daughter's first birthday. So thank you so much for even agreeing to come on here with me. That is just unbelievable.
When Mike asked you if you want to come on the live show, you're like, all right, I got to get it done.
That's so awesome. But not only that, your content or collaboration of content that you were involved with was featured in a video by Peter McKinnon. I guess it was called the B-Roll Challenge. So let's go and tell me who your co-creators were, and where did this all come from? How did this start? I'm really interested in this.
Mike, so I'm like still in shock from this whole thing. So I'm sorry that I'm going to be so excited talking about this. I hope it's coherent. We're going to do more videos on it. Like it's a big thing for all of us, but and I think there's probably a lot of them. I've been tweeting it out to everybody who was featured in the video. I think that a lot of them here. One's from 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 Romania. They're all over the world, Pakistan, Romania, that he featured in this video. So if anybody's here, if not, they'll see it on the legacy content. That's why we love YouTube. It just stays up. This isn't Snapchat, right? At any rate, this is the story that I wanted to get deeper into. So bear with me. Grab a bag of chips, grab a drink, and let's hear this story. I just really want to like lay it out because it was just mind blowing. Okay, so we got to back up to even before last Friday, but I met up just on YouTube, only on YouTube, found someone named Audrey Ember from a video she did where she said, I shot B-roll like Peter McKinnon. So again, I mean, it completely wasn't clickbait, but using Peter McKinnon's name in a title caused the YouTube algorithm to show that to me. And then I clicked on it and I liked Audrey's content and I'm like, I want to follow her. I started following her channel. She did a couple live videos. I'm like, she's really cool. And, I want to engage further with her. Found out she had a Discord, joined her Discord and started chatting with her and with all of her community. And then at some point that No Small Creator video dropped, right? The one where we go through that whole day, that crazy whirlwind day. And she messaged me within her Discord and was like, I really love what you're doing with No Small Creator. I'd love to do some kind of collab at some point. And I'm like, dude, Audrey, that's amazing. That means so much to me. I would love to do it. One of my other friends from New York City named Maddie had mentioned an idea to me of we should do a collab where it's kind of like a parallel vlog. We're like, I'm in New York City, you're in Harrisburg, and we're like getting shots that are kind of similar, and then we're cutting them together to kind of show like the difference in life between New York City and Harrisburg, because Maddie's from Harrisburg, so she obviously sees the kind of the difference there. I'm like, that is such a sweet idea. We should totally do that. I brought that idea up to Audrey because I'm like, Audrey's in California. So that's where the hashtag long distance collab came from. So I'm on the East Coast, Audrey's on the West Coast of the United States. And I'm like, we should do this. So we started kind of planning it out. I'm like, when do you want to do it? We picked the day of Friday, which was smart for a couple reasons. But Friday, it was like a week basically from the day that we started planning it. I am not a planner. Audrey, I don't think, is really a planner. It was like the Thursday before the Friday, and we're like scrambling, trying to text each other photos of like content we might get that sort of works together and might cut and questions and stuff. Like, it was very disorganized, but that's kind of how I do my whole life, my whole thing. So it worked for me. At any rate, day came and we woke up and we did this long distance collab. Well, at 11 a.m., I believe, Eastern Standard Time, Peter McKinnon drops this video and he's like, this is how you shoot B-roll like me, and I'm challenging all of you to shoot B-roll like me and use the hashtag PM B-roll challenge because, it's a challenge. I'm challenging you. And Audrey and I obviously both love Peter McKinnon, and we're like, I texted Audrey. She was in class, I think. I texted Audrey. I'm like, Peter just dropped the video releasing a challenge. We're doing it. We got to do it. We got to incorporate the B-roll challenge into this collab video. So it was already like the hardest video that either of us had done, because it was just really hard to wrap our heads around. Like, how am I going to cut someone else's vlog with my vlog? It's already hard enough to cut my own vlog. How am I going to like pick clips and watch content from somebody else, and how's it going to all work? So it was like a risk. I recorded. I didn't use this in the video, in the collab vlog that we did, but I recorded something where I was like, to everybody who's watching, if this is horrible, like, I'm sorry. We're learning from this, and then we're going to do better next time, right? So we both did the challenge in our own way with our own styles, and that night we both sent each other footage. We had some like technical difficulties. We didn't end up actually getting each other's footage until 4 a.m. my time, so 1 a.m. Audrey's time. My vlog was way late that day. I think I ended up exporting at like 1 p.m. as opposed to it's supposed to get out there at 7 a.m. So it was like there was a lot of obstacles to overcome in releasing this, but we released it. Audrey used our footage, and this is amazing because it didn't easily cut well together, but she figured out a way to cut my under the bridge footage with her outside the dorm footage. Like, go watch the video. We'll post links or something. We'll figure out how to get you to watch that video, Audrey's video. And she figured out how to cut it together. Well, Peter DMs, direct messages on Twitter, Audrey, and says, I'm doing a reaction video. Would you send me the high res of that? Audrey sends it to him. And she texted me. She's like, hey, I know this is crazy, but Peter just DM'd me on Twitter and asked for the footage. And I'm like, my first thought was like, Audrey, like, let's not get our hopes up. This probably isn't going to happen. He probably asked like 100 people for it, and he's going to like select from there, right? And she's like, yeah, I'm not getting my hopes up. I'm not going to announce anything publicly because like we don't want to whatever. And I'm like, yeah. So I did tell a couple friends, I'm like, hey, just so you know, Peter McKinnon reached out to Audrey and
yeah, but if you do a video about it, that's the ultimate clickbait if he doesn't use it.
Right. So yeah, we would have figured out how to work it even if he didn't use it. But okay, so then we move on, daily vlog. Like I had this really great collab with someone from CrossFit. Her name's Rachel Kenny. This awesome, mind-blowing collab about persistence and thick skin and perseverance in business building and creation for her in CrossFit, like very cross-parallel stuff. That video dropped on, what was it? I guess that would have been Friday. Sorry, the days all get crazy when you're daily vlog and everything gets crazy. I think it dropped on Friday. Peter releases his reaction video. It's 18 minutes long. So one of my rules is my vlogs can only be 6 minutes long because I think everybody, it's hard to watch a lot.
Right. And most of them are 3 minutes.
Right. I try to keep them short. I think sometimes it's better to cut short than cut long. At any rate, Peter drops this 18-minute long video. I immediately put my phone on airplane mode because I didn't want to know if we made it or not. I just wanted to get a legit reaction for my vlog on whether we made it in or didn't make it in. Airplane mode my phone. Go downstairs. I was in the shower. When I got the notification. I watched YouTube in the shower. Probably that's TMI, but I was watching some other YouTube video. Airplane mode it. Come down. I'm like, Amber, he just dropped the video. It's 18 minutes long. Like, let's watch it. Sit down with the girls. Start watching Peter's video. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love all the feedback he's getting. First person, second person, third person, fourth person, fifth person, all down, still not us. Sixth person, still not us. And then on the seventh person, Peter's like, and this last one's a collab. And in the reaction video, I'm like, because like I felt like it was us, and it was. And he shows Audrey's footage, Audrey's cut of her stuff and my stuff, and gives feedback about 60 frames per second versus 24, and I'm like, it was like the craziest feeling that I've felt since starting this YouTube journey. And I unairplaned my phone, and Instagram was blowing up, Twitter was blowing up. Audrey was texting me like in all caps. I was texting her in all caps. I FaceTimed her. And then my very next thought was, so Peter at that time, and I think actually it's still not up, but I think he is putting it up, had not put the links to all of the people that he had used in the video. So like the links to their channel.
So he links people's videos like I do.
Right. So I'm like, we got to capitalize on this. How do we capitalize on this? What do we do? And I called a friend. I actually texted my intellectual property lawyer who told me about the person that she uses for search engine optimization. I called him. He gave me some tips. He's like, this is what you got to do, but you got to hustle because you're behind the T-ball on this, or whatever that saying is, the cue ball, because you got to get this out now. And I'm like, I got to drop this video now. I need to somehow gather all these people together and then drop a video that lists who they are and gets people to give these people some attention. And called my other buddy, Chris Walter, who his son happened to be sick that day. So he was home from work. And I'm like, Chris, this is what's happening. Like, can you help me do this? He's like, dude, I'm so down. So Chris did all the SEO, the titling, he researched all the tags that we should be using. Like, we want to get top spot on this video, right? And so we're going to, at some point, do a training with Chris of like how he did that, because, and I'll get to that in a second, but just keep that in mind. And so he sent me the links to all of those people's channels. First I emailed them, then I Instagrammed them, then I Twittered them. Then I Facebooked them. Then I resorted to publicly tweeting them, all of the people that were used, because I didn't want anybody else to steal the idea of what I was doing. And but I just had to get in contact with them. So I got to Skype to talk in person with Audrey Usman, and then Tristan, and then David. So those four, but then the other three, Nick, Marge, and Raimi, I didn't get to talk to, but I did get to like message with, right? So it took way longer than I wanted it to, which is like always what happens. And but I started cutting the video, got it cut, just pulled in all of Chris's SEO, crazy amazing work. So that when I say SEO, I mean titling, description, and
tags.
All the tags, right? So we maxed those all out and we uploaded it. So same day as Peter releases his reaction video, I think it was 10 hours later, we released our reacting to his reaction video, right?
Right.
Wake up the next morning and open up an incognito browser and search for Peter McKinnon Reacts. And at the first video, so incognito, so it's not tied to me at all. That's how that works. First video is Peter McKinnon, his reaction video, which has at this point, I think, 170,000 views. Second video is our reaction video, right?
Perfect.
Which means that Google and YouTube, I mean, they're the same thing, but had picked it up.
They recognize the relevance.
Yeah, this is the number one thing that people are looking for when they're asking who won the Peter McKinnon. Not that there was winners, but like we're trying to figure out who is Peter McKinnon reacting to.
Right.
So that happened. I dropped my vlog that day about the making of that video and how to hustle it to get it done. And that's a funny thing is like making one video and then making a video about how you made that video. But that's how a lot of my vlogs end up being. But I think it's relevant stuff. I think people like to know, how do you make a video?
I definitely do, yeah.
So that happened. Well, then just today, so Audrey and I, we all freaked out. Everyone's freaking out, and Usman's channel's growing like crazy. You should go check out Usman. I think I'm saying his name wrong. Sorry, Usman. And Tristan, I think his channel is getting traction. I think everyone's channel is getting some subscribers and people who like want to engage with that content. Well, then today, like I said, it's my daughter's first birthday party, and I'd set my phone over kind of to the side so I could engage and be there with my daughter. Well, at some point I picked it up and notification pops up and it says, Peter McKinnon commented on your video. And, and he's there and he says, this is amazing. Like, this is a side I don't normally get to see. You've inspired me, or something like that. And so I pinned it. If you go and look for that video, I pinned his comment if you want to read it word for word. But I immediately wrote back and said, thanks so much. It's an honor to have been in your video, an honor to have inspired you. I don't even remember what I said, but so then we blasted that out on Twitter, and so we're still trying to capitalize on how to grow, how to get in touch with as many people who are gonna like to engage with our content as possible as a result of being on his channel. And That's the whole story, man. You got the whole story.
That is
up until like just moments ago.
What a freaking journey. Holy moly. Mm-hmm. That's got to be one heck of a 48-hour period, I guess it's been about.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
It is.
So you wanted to touch on the SEO piece.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, tell us about how that works. I'm really interested to know, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So really, Chris is the reason that any of that happened, right? Because if I would have just posted that video, but not told YouTube what it is and how it should work and how it fits into YouTube's whole ecosystem, it wouldn't have probably been seen by Peter. It wouldn't have been seen by a lot of other people. Like, yeah, who knows? Who knows? But it was the fact that YouTube started showing it to people, not the fact that we were trying to push it out. So that's the point of the SEO. I can't get into like how to actually do it other than you could call Chris because he's a genius and he could tell you how to do it. But yeah, we're going to actually do a no small creator, either podcast or live video training or something. We're figuring out, and Chris is going to take us through step by step, like what he did while he was home sick with his son that day to be able to figure out. I mean, it was ranking #1 on, because I use TubeBuddy just like you,
Right.
and it was ranking #1 incognito on, I think Peter McKinnon Reacts or Peter McKinnon B-roll challenge winners, or it was top 4 in like almost all of the tags that Chris had chosen. So, a big part of it was how quickly we got it up, but a big part of it was picking those right tags, which is what Chris did, and there's a little bit of magic in it, and there's a little bit of research and a little bit of experience. Like, it's all just kind of random.
Well, there is one other
amazing.
thing that definitely helped, and that is the fact that Peter McKinnon does not do reaction videos. So
Yeah.
he has one out there. So when you put up Peter McKinnon Reacts, there's only 2 out there. So that's that was kind of really like a golden gift as well.
Yeah. And that's really what my vlog turned into, was like, this is a moment to capitalize on. Like, this is the first time Peter McKinnon has ever reacted to his fans' content. And like, we got to take it seriously. We got to do whatever we can to capitalize, because we only have one shot at this. Like, we got to capitalize on this moment, right? And so yeah, that's what we did.
That is just, what a ride. What an amazing ride. Holy mackerel.
Yeah, man.
Just
Yeah.
listening to you tell it gets my heart beating. I'm a big
I
Peter
love
McKinnon
it.
fan as well. So, I
Yeah.
think when I started doing YouTube, it was basically somehow I found Casey Neistat, and it was right around the time that him and Casey started to kind of interact a lot. So I went from Casey to him, and I was like, wow, this is really cool. And they're using cell phones to do this. I could try to do this. This could be something I could do. So it just kind of worked out. So they're definitely my biggest influence as well. So
Awesome.
I wanted to make sure we got that whole story in, because that's a heart beater. I mean, that one, holy mackerel.
Thanks, man.
Oh my goodness. So let me get a chance to say hi to everyone in the room. Hey guys, if you do not know everyone who is in this room, please take a moment, do your eyeballs a favor, get to know the folks in the room, check out their content. We have amazing creators in the room like right now. Big thumbs up for my amazing moderator, Wood Pigeon. I also saw M and the Gang in here earlier, and Yankees Outdoor Adventure is also around. They do a fantastic job of moderating. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. I do this every Sunday night at 9 o'clock. I talk to new and up-and-coming YouTubers like Cody, and it's an honor. It is an absolute honor to even have him on. It's his daughter's first birthday, and he still did me the honor of coming on to this.
Mike, I mean, she is asleep. It's not like I feel bad, man. She is asleep. It's not like I'm missing out on her first birthday.
I know, but I was panicking earlier, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Then he tells me. So thank you so much. I wanted to talk about a couple of your videos that inspired me, and maybe you could give us a little backstory on some of them.
Yeah.
So let's see. You have a video where you talk about how snow days are actually kind of just sending the wrong message to kids, and how kids are all excited because they get out of work or they get out of learning, and how we should be teaching our kids that learning and work can be fun if you're doing what you love. So tell us a little bit about how that came about, or where'd you come up with the idea? Because that was brilliant.
Yeah, it was a snow day, and a lot of people weren't in the office, and I mean, it really came from my own kind of feelings about snow days. Like, I've always loved snow days as a kid, because it's like we don't have to go to school, we can go snowboarding, you know? And so I've always loved that. But I mean, you hit the nail on the head. It's not about school versus not school, or like teaching kids to love learning or love work. It is about that, but it's really is about passion. Like the reason kids love snow days is because they feel like it's a free day to pursue something you're passionate about, or I hope so. I hope that's what they feel like. And that's the message that I tried to drive home with that video. So it really just came from my own, like me trying to kind of battle with my own tendency to like not having to work, right?
Yes,
It's like
yes.
this negative. I mean, and that's something that since starting this YouTube channel, like Mike, I have fallen in love with the process of creation, and I do very much put a lot of energy and effort into every single video. Like it does take a lot out of me. And I talk to a lot of like up and coming YouTubers myself, just in the direct messages on Facebook Messenger or whatever. And, they ask about energy and like how much of a commitment is it and that sort of thing. And I don't ever sugarcoat it. I'm like, it's a lot. But if you love it, if you're passionate about it, it feels great to fall into bed at the end of the night and be like, I gave it my all today and I feel really good about it. And then to wake up at 3:30 a.m. and start to cut that thing. So
Yeah,
yeah, that's
and
what it's all about.
when you create something, it doesn't matter if nobody watches it or whatever, but when you create something that you feel really
Yeah,
says, this is me. Like it took me 2 months to put out a video where I looked at it and I said, you know what, this is me. I think
yeah,
if somebody's going to like me, it's going to be because of this video. And so
awesome,
that is a beautiful thing. That gets me up in the morning. Um,
100%.
there is another salient thing that you had talked about, and that is so true for me as well. You talked about how you create every day because it's what drives you. And if you didn't create every day, you would stop doing it. And
Hmm.
it's so weird that you say that because I'm in the exact same boat. If I
Yeah,
took 2 or 3 days off, I'd probably never go back. And maybe because it's just like the exercise thing. If
yeah,
you exercise every day, but the minute you take that week off, it's really hard to start back up. And even as
yeah.
much as I like the creativity process, I know for myself, I'm more creative when I'm constantly doing it. When I stop doing
Hmm.
it, the creativity kind of dries up, and then it's like, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But
Hmm.
that I don't remember what video you said that in, but to me that was really powerful.
Thanks, man. Yeah, no, it's so true. It's a discipline thing. It's a commitment thing. I tell people all the time, like it wasn't until I made the commitment to create a vlog every single day that I like unlocked a part of my brain that I didn't know existed that was way more creative than I thought I was, and way more committed and way more driven and had way more energy. And like how weird to have not known that I was capable of that level of thinking, of that level of productivity, of that level of commitment. Like that's weird to not know that about myself. I'm 32. To not know that about myself is weird.
I,
So I'm so glad that I made the commitment.
I never knew how hard I was willing to work
Yeah,
until I found something I truly loved doing. So
yeah,
what you said is exactly that. You'd never
yep.
know how much effort you're willing to put into something until you find something that you truly love to do.
Yes, and that's the point of that snow day vid. That's really the point of it, is find something you love to do and give it your all, so that you're bummed out when you can't get to the office because it's snowing, and you figure out how to work from home because you love it that much.
Yeah, it's awesome. So one of my favorite videos that you've ever done is the how to make a wedding business, I believe is the title of the video.
Yeah.
And I don't want to even give it away to folks. Tell them what that video is about because this one blew my mind.
I'm gonna have to give it away. I'm gonna have to give it away in order to
No, it's
talk
all
about
right,
it.
but I
But
mean it's
you should still watch the vid. So at the beginning of this year or sometime, we realized that because of the phenomenon of Instagram stories and Snapchat, where you get immediate content, and even Vine, I think to some extent, and then Facebook Live and YouTube Live, what we're doing right now, we as a culture are coming to expect content more and more immediately, right? So I've done probably 80 wedding videos by myself up until this point. And when I started out, I was like quintessential, like stereotypical creative, where I'm like, I need 8 months to be able to artistically create this wedding video for you. Well, when I got to wedding video like 71, I realized that I was taking 7 months and 29 days to just think about it and do nothing. And then the last day, I would get in this frenzy and I would create that wedding video and I'd send it to the couple, right? So I was like, look, I'm doing this in a day anyway. People want their stuff right away, right now. Let's just combine the two and say, all we do is same day edits on wedding videos. And so we launched the brand, Immediate Wedding Videos, and that's our only offering is a wedding video that bride and groom gets as they're leaving their reception or as they're driving, from their reception to whatever honeymoon suite they're staying in, and we share the link with them. And Mike, I mean, the shareability of a wedding video that is dropped as people are leaving the reception. They're normally pretty tipsy. There's both of the weddings we were at, there was alcohol involved, so there's shareability there. But people love seeing the day that they just lived, like seeing a highly produced cinematic, creation of it. They love that, and so they get a lot of shares. And I think the first one we dropped got 11,000 views in the first week, and the second one we dropped got 11,000 views in the first 48 hours. So highly shareable. People love them. Brides and grooms love them. Thankfully, so in that video that you're referencing, how we did this, how we launched this brand, and so that first one we did, not only was I cutting a wedding video for that bride and groom, that was Nikki and Frank, that day, I was also recording and cutting a vlog about how I did that cut. That's again
awesome.
Talking about making a video about making a video. And so that's the vlog that you're referring to, and I love that vlog too, man. And that was a huge amount of energy that was required to create that one. And at the end of that vlog, there's a shot of Nikki reacting to seeing her wedding video before she leaves her reception, and like it was. I said, Nikki, you just sold me like 60 immediate wedding videos. Like her reaction is priceless.
Oh,
and
beautiful.
As a marketing tool, but also just as a beautiful thing that she got to see her wedding video, before she left her reception. So that's the premise of that vlog, and that was a whirlwind, and I had a lot of fun making that one. And yeah, thank you for bringing that one up.
Oh, yeah, and let's face it, you're never gonna want to watch your own wedding more than the day after it happened. Every day after
Yeah.
that, it's just a memory. But the day after it happened, for some reason, you just want to recall everything. And I think
Yeah.
that's what makes that process so freaking awesome. I mean, you're giving it to them as they leave the reception. It was
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful video, but even better, the concept is just fantastic, Cody. It's just
Thanks,
brilliant.
man. Thanks. I actually truly 100% honestly believe that wedding video that I made, Nikki and Frank's wedding video, is actually the best wedding video I've ever made, regardless of whether I took 6 months or a day to do it. Like, I'm just talking about the best wedding video that I've ever made. And I think it's the excitement that went into it, the energy. Like, I'm a creative. I'm fueled by creative energy. And so to have that all there, to be cutting it on the day in the environment that it's happening in, it really turned out really, really great. That one's not on YouTube. That's on Facebook. So you have to go to Immediate Wedding Videos, the Facebook page, to see that one. But check it out if you want to see what we're talking about.
Awesome, awesome. So there's a special creator in the room that I want to mention right now. It's Yankee's Outdoor Adventures. Yankee does collaboration video every Thursday where he brings somebody from any community on the video and introduces them to his community. If you guys don't know Yankee and you're in the chat room right now, please get to know him. Message him on Twitter and ask him to be a part of the Meet and Greet series. It's managed to grow my channel quite a bit. He's not just a great creator and a great supporter, but he's also just an awesome dude. So Yankee, please tweet out Yankees, or please put Yankees tweeter in there so people can get a hold of him if they want to. Um, I got one more video that I definitely wanted to ask you about because I thought this one was kind of very similar to reactions that I've had. And you talk about one video, I believe it's called "The Being Tired's Effect on Creativity."
Yeah.
I mean, to me, I never noticed it. I always kind of attributed my creativity to the fact that I'm being creative every day, and it just builds upon itself. But I
Yeah.
do think you're right. The less sleep I get, the more silly I'm willing to get on camera,
Yeah.
the more I can be me and things like that. So I want to know
Yeah.
where'd you come up with the idea for that, and how does it work with you?
Yeah. Dude, I came up with the idea because I was like exhausted. Like there was a week where I got I think 3 hours of sleep every night, leading up to that video. And um I was exhausted, and I was like in a very creative state where I have ADD. And so like I say this in that video, but like I think it's like a little bit of there's a drop off at some point. So it's like, creativity increase, and then at some point I just like it just drops, and I'm just like done with everything, right? But because of my ADD, and just creative nature, the tireder I got, the more distracted by like the little interesting things around me I was. And so that's what I mean is like, one of my friends just said it today. They're like, dude, Cody, now everywhere I go, I'm seeing B-roll opportunities. Like, oh, I could get like a B-roll of this. You know what I mean? I'm like, dude, Mark, that's so funny, man. I love that. But that's really how my brain works. So, I don't. I'm just gonna ruin the video for everybody who's watching. All right. I was that day, so I'm exhausted, and I had to go to the dollar store for some reason. I can't remember why. Oh yeah, I was trying to get. I was trying to get a place to sleep in my office. I needed a mat to sleep on, and because I was exhausted. And yeah, while I was in a store, I saw something, and and I just got this really funny idea. I'm not gonna ruin it for you. Just go watch the video,
It's
because it
pretty
is
epic.
funny. I think it's the funniest video that I've ever created,
It's pretty
actually.
epic. Well, I can tell you right now, my wife was watching it, and I hear her laughing. I'm like, "What?" She goes, "Oh, you you,
Yeah,
you got to see this." Oh yeah, I already saw that. That's hilarious.
yeah.
Oh, that was definitely awesome. So
Awesome.
I'm sure that nobody who's out there in the chat room or watching this video needs any excuse not to subscribe to Cody's channel. You can see the energy and the passion that he brings to it. He brings all sorts of business motivation and inspiration, but not only that, he's an unbelievably fantastic family man. I love chatting with him on Facebook all the time, and I'm telling you, it's just been an absolute pleasure. We are a couple of minutes away, but if anyone in the chat room has any questions for Cody, please do me a favor and type those questions in there. Also, leave those thumbs up for our fantastic moderators. They've done an awesome job. And of course,
Great work.
Piney loves thumbs up as well. If you don't know Cody, Piney is I did a travel adventure series where I traveled around for 16 days.
Yeah,
And I found him at Poinsett State Park in South Carolina. And just off the
thing is
cuff, on one
huge.
of those days when I was totally exhausted, I said, "Look what I found. I
Yeah,
think I'll take him with me, and we'll call him Piney." And next thing you
yeah.
know, he's kind of the mascot for my
It's the
channel.
mascot.
He's
Yep.
he's like a friggin' Jurassic pine cone. I had a guy come up to me today after my live show and say, "Where did you get that pine cone? I've never seen
Yeah.
anything like that." So yeah, I thought it was just
100%.
novel. I'll tell you, I'm so careful with them because if he breaks, I've got to go back to South Carolina and hope to God I find something even close to this big.
Right, right.
But any questions for Cody in the chat? Angela says hi. She's one of your fans. Angela
Hey,
M.
Angela. I love Angela.
Oh, they want me to ask you about the sheets thing.
Yeah, yeah. So that was actually in that same. Oh no, sorry, that was in the. I don't remember. It was in both immediate wedding video vlogs. In the first one, I accidentally like got this sweet over the shoulder shot of the Sheetz logo, which is Sheetz is a gas station here on the East Coast.
I know that video.
Yeah, yeah. And so then in the second immediate wedding video, I was like driving to it and I'm like, hey, there's a Sheetz. I should pitch Sheetz a brand deal in this video, really to be funny, like really just to be funny. And I do think it is. I do think the video is funny. So you can judge for yourself. But yeah. So then I was like, let's try to get this as much traction as we can. So I started tweeting it at him. I started asking other people to tweet it at him and share it on Facebook. And they started engaging in the comments, like the tweets the Sheetz social media people, and yeah, so they ended up sending me a form that was kind of like the form that people would use if they wanted to get Sheetz to kind of like sponsor a soccer game or like sponsor a nonprofit. And I just tweeted them back. I'm like, sorry, Sheetz, I'm not really a form guy. Like, I want to come and present and pitch to your entire board of like executives. Like, I'm just not a form guy. You can tell that I don't do great on forms. I do good in person.
Yes.
Right. So that's kind of where it ended.
Well,
I think I keep on. It's like it's one of those things that I try to bring back up. So just in the vid we dropped the other day about thick skin and perseverance, with Rachel Kenny from CrossFit, I was at a Sheetz, and the Sheetz logo is again over my shoulder, and I did drop like a little jab in there. I was like, Sheetz, just so you know, like there's 500 more of us here on this channel now. I'm just saying, So it's like it's more funny to me. I think I've got a really rad idea for some branded content that Sheetz and I could do together. It's like a vlog thing and be like a 3-day vlog series where we'd go. I'm not going to give it away, but I think it's amazing. And I think that if you want to see me and Sheetz do that together, just tweet at him, I guess, and say like, he's not a form guy. Tweet Sheetz. Tweet Sheetz, he's not a form guy.
I mean, the simple fact is that the form just says you're another guy. In person, they see the you.
Right.
Like, they don't need to just watch your vlog to figure out it'd be a great idea anyways, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. So I really don't expect them to do. I don't think it's part of their marketing. You know, they have their whole own thing. They are a multi-million-dollar company. They got their own plan. I'm cool with that.
Oh, yeah.
But it's been fun kind of like poking at it.
But I can tell you right now, if it's not part of their marketing now, within the next 5 years, it will be. There's no question it will be. I mean, I think there's like $2 billion or $4 billion was spent on Instagram messaging just last year from and that's Instagram. I can't even imagine or fathom what that number probably is on YouTube. So it's not just going to include the $1 million or the 1 million subscriber guys. It's going to include pretty much anybody who hits that 10,000 at the 10,000 subscriber mark. They're going to be there. And so that's pretty exciting. That's pretty exciting for anybody who loves to create this stuff. For sure. Well, I think we're approaching the 1 hour mark. Does anyone have any more questions for Cody? This has been an absolutely fabulous hour. I don't think an hour has ever gone by faster than this for me, Cody.
Ah, good. I love it. I like making stuff go fast, man. That's good. That's good stuff.
Well, I hope that you've had fun. I know I
did.
have. This has been just amazing. We have about a minute and a half left that I want to make sure we get any questions that anyone has for Cody. Please do so, because this is your big opportunity to ask Cody questions. Hello, Burnwood. How are you tonight? It's fantastic to see you. Another big thumbs up for the amazing moderators, Wood Pigeon Outdoors, Joran, and Yankees Outdoor Adventures, for just helping me out with all the links, and M and the gang. All the links in the room have been just fantastic. I mean, they're right on it, Cody. I'm telling you. The second that I mentioned this or that or a video, boom, it's in there. It's just freaking awesome. If I know I don't have to tell anyone who's already in the room, but you need to subscribe to Cody Wanner. He is a fantastic content creator, and he's an amazing person. If you have any questions for him and you didn't ask them now, you're more than welcome to get him on Twitter. Your Twitter handle is at Cody Wanner. It's Wanner. I'm sorry, at Cody Wanner, but it's spelled Wanner. WANNER.
Yep.
All one word, of course. Uh, hashtag we love Piney. Well, thank you, Angela. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. That is
Yep.
fantastic. Thank you so much, Cody, for coming on here.
Dude, thank you, man.
It makes me feel like I'm just a small part of the amazing week that you have. I hope you feel that way as well. It has been absolutely awesome to have you on here for this whole hour. And even for the 15 minutes I got to talk to you before this, it's been an absolute
Yeah, man.
pleasure. For everyone who came out tonight and checked this out, and for all of you who missed the live and are coming back to watch it later, make sure you subscribe to Cody's channel. Make sure that anyone you see in the chat room, you check them out. Give them the honor of seeing your content by leaving them a comment and letting them know where you came from. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. It's been a pleasure,
Yep.
Cody. If you want to say
Yep. Thank
anything to
you.
the folks that are in the room, go ahead and take a moment, and then I'm going to sign off.
Yeah. No, just thank you so much, Mike. Thanks so much for everybody watching this. And yeah, I'm 100% like Mike said. If you want to talk to me, I try to make it a point to talk to every single person who gives me the honor of engaging with me on Twitter, in the comments on YouTube, even on Facebook. So reach out there if you got a question. If you want to create something or build a business, that's what I'm all about, and I'd love to talk to you about that. Also, if you got any video ideas that you want me to do, happy to field those. All right. So yeah, man. Thanks so much, Mike.
You're welcome. Hey, everyone watching, thank you so much for coming out tonight. I ran a couple of minutes over, but I appreciate the love and support. Thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Have a great night, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I will be dropping the Hershey link tomorrow, and that's not a poop link. That's actually, my wife and I went to Hershey. We're going to be dropping that, and I'm going to be live an hour after that at 10 o'clock. If you want to come out, hang out with me. It's like water cooler chat. It's a lot of fun. Have a great night, folks. Thank you for stopping by, and I will see you tomorrow.